¿Qué pasa, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I am Karim, channel name is Smell of Truth, and thank you so much for passing by. Today I have for you top 10 list because this is the only thing that gets me views. But you know, from time to time I like to mix things up, and I'm gonna give you content like my last video, some real talk kind of stuff about the whole dupe and the influencer industry currently, especially in the fragrance community. So if you're interested in, yeah, you could call it a little rant, a little bit of real talk, some raw honesty, go check it out after you have watched this video. Thank you so much. If you know my top 10 list, it's always gonna be 12 fragrances because I simply cannot decide for 10. 10 is like 13, an unlucky number for me. I don't know. I just don't like narrow it down to 10 fragrances, and I'm a rule breaker. So top 10 lists are always 12 fragrances in my, to give you 2 bonuses, you know what I mean? Be happy. In any case, 2 honorable mentions because it was really tight. 12 fragrances that I would keep 100% in my collection. The only 12 that I would currently consider owning. This video is a little bit more fun type shit, nothing too serious. If I would narrow it down to 12 fragrances only, these would be strong candidates that I would keep, but I cannot promise it to 100% because I changed my mind all 5 minutes. If I will go back to my room and look at my collection, I will probably go through a few of these and change it up just because I'm an overthinker. If I would make money with overthinking, I would be a billionaire, man. In any case, let's just start right up. One that I would 100% keep because it is an absolute compliment magnet. It goes with everything. I can wear this whenever the fuck I want. It is strong enough to go through winter time, and yeah, it just gives me so many compliments. It's inoffensive and it shares 3 DNAs that I actually like. The DNAs on its own, not the fragrances that are inspired by, okay? There is one fragrance that this is inspired by that I do not like, and we all know which one it is, okay? If you have been following me on Instagram or following me on my channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we have today here Office for Men Fragrance 1, aka Jeremy Fragrance's first fragrance. When I said 3 DNAs, it is Creed Aventus DNA, Acqua di Gio, I think Profumo DNA, and Dior Sauvage DNA. But you barely really smell that Dior Sauvage type-ish out of it. I will say it leans a little bit closer to Versace Dylan Blue, even though Versace Dylan Blue is inspired by Dior Sauvage. But yeah. Fresh, inoffensive, works every time, and pulls compliments like no other fragrance on earth. I'm telling you, this is, I think, my most complimented fragrance ever. If I would wear this more often, I would drain in compliments. I swear. Also, guys, I need your help. Comment down below with some sort of challenges that you want to see on my channel. Like, challenge me a little bit. Tell me some content that you want to see, and I'll try to make it happen as good as possible. Like if you want to see only 5 brands that I would buy fragrances from, for example, stuff like that, or only, I don't know, if I could keep only 5 fragrances instead of the 12 that I showed you right now, I'll try to make it happen. Challenge me a little bit with video ideas so that you get content, I don't burn out, because as I said, I'm a professional overthinker. I overthink my thoughts that I overthinked after overthinking my overthinked thoughts. Does this make any sense? I don't know, I haven't overthinked it yet enough. But I would really appreciate some sort of challenging ideas that you have in mind that you want to see, or general video ideas that you want to see. Comment them down below, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Next up, honestly, I set myself a rule for this video, and it is to not show any discontinued fragrance. I wanted to go for Acqua di Gio Profumo, but instead I went for the Acqua di Gio Parfum. It is not 100% the same, but it is close enough to replace it without desperately looking for an overpriced older bottle on eBay and stuff. So Fresh, aquatic, earthy, slightly smoky and citrusy. We all know the Acqua di Gio DNA, and this is the only designer fragrance in this list that I will keep, just because this is a masterpiece. I did not lie when I said this is the only designer fragrance in this list, because the next one, this is not a designer fragrance for me, this one is niche for me. Guerlain is niche. Cherry Oud by Guerlain. I smelled this one last year in Essence when I was visiting my cousin who helped out in the Milano department store in the Guerlain section. I went there to meet her actually, and I ended up falling in love with this, and I just bought it right away. I was like, man, I want to buy this. I love it. I could have been like, okay, I'm gonna buy it back in Switzerland or whatever. But instead I was like, you know what? This is a one-time opportunity to buy something from my cousin. Like, it is not directly from her, but you know what I mean. Her service, the emotional connection I have to her, I was like, this is worth the memory. And I just went for it. Cherry Oud. It is really a fruity, slightly floral, leathery fragrance with a oud note that is not that animalic, not that skanky or whatever. It is more in the darker leathery kind of direction, and this is why I actually appreciate it. You smell, it is supposed to be an oud fragrance, but it goes a little bit more in a balanced leathery way. Lasts all day, strong as unique as and this is exactly why I love it. Next one is this one here, and I am purposely showing you the back of my bottle because I don't want you to figure out which one it is. I am gatekeeping this one. I am teasing you guys a little bit with this one, and I know it is a little bit of torture because you want to know, but guys, if I talk about this, people are gonna go for it, and I just don't want people to know 100% which one it is, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't like gatekeeping, I don't want to gatekeep, but this is the only exception I make. This is the only exception I make because I know people will care enough for this one and it will go viral once I talk about this or once someone bigger talks about this. So until this one goes viral, I'm gonna gatekeep this, but it's an ex nihilo and I absolutely love this one. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm really sorry, guys. So we continue with the fresh ones, okay? We're just gonna go for the fresh ones. Cherry Oud was the only exception. I'm sorry. Next up, we have Roberto Ugolini 17 Rosso. Italian elegance in a bottle. I talk about this one a lot. It is a fruity, spicy, slightly green, floral, rose kind of fragrance with some slight smokiness that comes from the saffron that is in here. I absolutely love this one. This is one of my all-time favorites for spring and summer or for special occasions. It is a strong fragrance. On my skin, it lasts all day. It projects really well, especially if you are warm. Like, let's say you do not have a boring office job. You walk around, you run around, you might lift some things or whatever. When your body starts to, I don't know how to say, but when your body gets warm and you move around, you leave an immense sillage with this one. Everyone smells you. Chef's kiss on the perfumer. I don't actually know who the perfumer is. I need to check who the perfumer is to make sure to smell more things from this particular perfumer. Next up is Arabian Night by Arabian Oud. And this one I picked not only because it smells great, but also because I share some deep memories and some deep emotional connection to this fragrance. This was gifted to me by a person I'm not in contact with anymore. I'm gonna make this short because I already said the story in another video, but this was gifted to me from a person that I actually got along very well, but we are not in contact anymore for whatever reason. Don't know how to reach this person, to be honest. If you see this, feel free. I'm not sure if you follow my channel in any case. And then the memories I made when I was wearing this. This one reminds me a lot of a good friend of mine that passed away, and he was Egyptian, just like me. I'm half Egyptian. And yeah, I always kind of cherish these memories and keep them in my heart. Sometimes when I apply this, I just need a moment to like think of the good times that I had with him and generally the hard times I went through, the COVID phase. So yeah, this one is a masculine floral fragrance with lemongrass. I think it is jasmine in here. Jasmine and rose and sandalwood. Absolute lovely. This one is, it's like fresh floral, but in a masculine way. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a floral fragrance in a masculine way. Women can wear this too, 100%, but I think it was more made for a man, kind of. Or at least I like to think that, you know? Next up, when I tell you Miami, party, beach, good time, beautiful women, which fragrance are you thinking? Because I am thinking of Miami Tropical Confessions. You usually should not shake your fragrances, but this one is still one of the older batches that has glitter in it. That's why I'm shaking it. But usually don't do this with your fragrances. Tropical fragrances, tropical fruits, coconut, rum, some florals, vanilla. This one just screams party in Miami with beautiful Latinas. If I ever go to Miami or like in general like a beach party or so, I am 100% taking this with me. This one is so good, so seductive, so sexy. Easily wear this one on a summer night when you go out on a date. In my opinion, perfectly unisex, very strong, long lasting, leaves an immense sillage. Feel free to overspray this, but not 20 sprays, like 8 to 10 sprays maximum, and just see the magic happen. If we are talking about date night and seduction, there is no way I can forget about this fragrance here. Here we go. Atracción Fatale by Ryziger Parfums. Curlyfragrance's brand. Michela just absolutely killed it with this one. This one, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, she kept it simple in a good way, with good quality, with an amazing perfumer. How is it called again? With Christian Carbonell. Cannot go wrong with Christian Carbonell. Everyone knows if this guy creates something, it is a masterpiece. If you don't like it, you don't understand it. Period. One of the best perfumers out there. I said what I said. In any case, imagine Spice Bomb Extreme with that Tom Ford Noir Extreme or Tom Ford Noir DNA in general, with rum and I would say a little bit more vanilla. This is the best how I can describe it. But then with better quality, of course. It has better quality than Tom Ford, it has better quality than Victor and Rolf. This is niche, but in a simple kind of way. And sometimes simple works. This one got me so many compliments, I swear. People just love it. Oh, and then Broxton is in here too, so that it pushes out from your skin, kind of, you know, so that you leave an immense sillage with this one. It lasts all day on my skin. I don't know what you guys are doing wrong, but it lasts all day on my skin, and especially if you wear this one on clothes and if you overspray a little bit. Like, I'm not saying 20 sprays, again, 8 to 10 sprays, maybe 12 if you are really out in public and you want to be smelled. Make sure to spray on clothes as well, not only on skin, and at least one in the hair. If you have long hair as a guy or a woman, 100% spray in your hair as well, to leave an even more immense sillage. Not only did I get so many compliments with this one, also strangers approached me and were like, what are you wearing and stuff. I used to work at the airport, and every morning you need to go through kind of security check. You need to put your bag and all the things that you have in there, and all the things that you carry on with you, you need to put them on some sort of trays. You know it, like when you fly, you have to put your things there. In any case, I had the sample of this one. Back then when I was testing it, Michela sent me over a sample, 10 ml or 5 ml, I don't remember. In any case, I was testing it, I was having it on my skin, and I forgot it there. So after I noticed it at work, after I arrived at work, I was like, fuck, I don't know where it is. So I went back to the security point and I was like, hey, I left the sample here of a fragrance. Is it possible that you found it, that I lost it here? It's really important to me. And there was a woman, really attractive. She was like, yeah, I have it here. It's really good. What is this one? And I was like, it's not out yet in Europe or Switzerland in general. Back then it was only US. But I showed her the website and I wrote down the name of the fragrance for her. Or she wrote it down. I don't remember exactly how it was. In any case, one of us wrote it down on a piece of paper to remind herself what it is. And I never have met this woman in my life. I just saw her literally there at work, but you know, they rotate a lot, so I never saw her again, or at least I don't remember. I just remember that she was really attractive and actually kind of nice. In any case, in my opinion, this just proves how good this one is, and I don't care if some people out there are thinking that I am biased because I'm friends with Michela, whatever, man. So next up, we have this one here. Micallef DesirToxic. I talk about this one a lot. This one is potentially my signature fragrance. If you like Layton from Parfums de Marly, that is like that floral, slightly fruity, woody and creamy kind of fragrance. Imagine that, more masculine, a little bit more green shower gel-ish with a smoky note. This is Micallef DesirToxic. This is the best how I can describe it. It's fantastic. I love it. Pulls also very good compliments. And I have actually a co-worker that told me she's very picky with fragrances, but she really likes this one. So I told her how it is. Actually, I texted her how it is. I have my work phone here. I'm gonna show it to you. Here you see I texted her my name, that it was me, so she knows that it is me. And I texted her the name of the fragrance. Bro, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. It works. It works. And if you are curious, go out, test this somewhere in a perfumery. Micallef is actually good spread worldwide. Buy a sample online somewhere on a Decant website or on the Micallef website directly. They have also discovery sets. Or if you dare to blind buy it because you trust me that I really appreciate it, then you can save 10% with my discount code Karim10 on the Micallef website. Since we already talk about Micallef, the next one almost made my list. This is an honorable mention together with the other one because I was like, there must be one vanilla fragrance in here. One fragrance that really smells strongly like vanilla that I need to keep for myself. And it was really close between these three. I'm gonna show you the two honorable mentions first, and then I'm gonna show you the one that actually made the list. So the two honorable mentions are MInuit Demi from Fragrance du Bois in collaboration with Demi Rawling. Was really fucking close, but I was just like, the other one is just such a masterpiece. I would be very sad to leave these two behind, and I will never leave these behind because I could never decide for only 12 fragrances. But if I must, I will be really sad about this one and this one. And Micallef Note Vanille. This is one of the best vanilla fragrances out there. This is not particularly a vanilla fragrance, but it has also a strong vanilla note in here. Or, well, I think it is tonka bean, but tonka bean smells kind of like vanilla sometimes. So that's why, you know what I mean? 6-7. Stupidest trend I've ever seen online. In any case, if you follow my channel, you know how much I love these. So you know the next fragrance must be special and amazing because it is Ani from Nishane. You all know how much I love this. You all know how much I praise this fragrance, and god damn it, I have to keep this at all costs. This is, besides Attraction Fatale, my kind of date night signature. If I wear this, you know exactly I want to leave a good impression. That's all I'm gonna say. Creamy, ambery vanilla, that Nishane vanilla, really unique, f***ing amazing. Rose, some slight fruitiness, some slight greenness, obviously a floralness, a woody base, and some slight citruses. And, of course, the most important part, spices. I think cardamom is in here. I love cardamom, freaking love it. So of course I have to keep this, man. Yeah, really strong fragrance, lasts all day on my skin, projects really well, and is just sexy as f***. Be careful with this one. Next up, this is in no particular order, by the way. Number 1 is not better than number 12. I'm just going randomly through it, kind of. Tabac by Zaharoff. Signature Tabac by Zaharoff. A boozy, creamy, almost kind of chocolatey, dark, spicy tobacco fragrance. This is just heaven to me, honestly. I have to be honest, this one doesn't get appreciated that much. I do pull a couple compliments, but not as much as I would like to. And this is, I think, this is my second bottle, or my third, I don't remember. My second for sure, my second bottle for sure. And I can only wear this in wintertime because it is so sweet and dark and boozy with cognac, I think there is in here. Just amazing. Some compare this one to Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. If you compare it to Tobacco Vanille, I think this one is a more advanced version of Tobacco Vanille. There is much more depth in here, and I think the perfumer actually had some more. The perfumer and George Zaharoff, the creator of Zaharoff, is kind of had some more thought process while creating this fragrance because it has more depth. On me, it lasts all day. It leaves a really good sillage and projects decent. It's not beast mode, but it is really good. And this one is also quite woody on my skin especially. That's also something that I want to know, that I wanted you to know. Last but not least, Elyon Dubai Infinity. Of course Elyon Dubai is gonna make this list. What did you think? And of course it's gonna be Infinity, the, in my opinion, best rose oud fragrance on the market right now. I have not smelled all rose oud fragrances, by far not. This is the best one that I have smelled so far, that I have in my collection, that I was like, I would 100% buy a full bottle. This one was gifted to me, I have to say it, but I would definitely buy it if I would not be ambassador for Elyon Dubai. If I would have smelled it though, of course. Because sometimes you don't smell certain fragrances, then of course you're not gonna buy them, you know what I mean? If you appreciate Ombre Nomade, but you want something more on the rose side, not as dark, a little bit more unisex leaning with a slight berry-ish vibe, you're gonna absolutely love this. This is a beast mode fragrance, beast mode projection, very strong sillage, and lasts at least 12 hours on your skin. It's a beast. Don't overspray this. 5 sprays max, I would say, I think. Sometimes 8 if you really want it there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta be a little spicy and just be a menace and spray it. If you're curious about this, feel free to somehow get a sample or the discovery set on elyondubai.com. If you trust me enough and if you are intrigued enough, you can get a full bottle and use my discount code Karim20 and save a little bit of money. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy and see you next time. Bye bye.